Oh, it's perfect.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you.
Yo, I couldn't hear nothing.
Oh, you couldn't?
I couldn't hear nothing. I don't know. That was weird.
I heard it.
Hey,
I
that
don't know.
that means that means that everybody out there heard it. And I know y'all wondering. I know y'all out there wondering, like, yo, what are they doing? I know y'all probably like, yo, what the hell are they doing? But last night's show was so impactful. We wanted to come and just give everybody a recap, especially if you missed it. Um, Last night we had Dr. Lamar Price on, and y'all saw me eating a whole lot of popcorn last night. A whole lot of popcorn. Shit,
That was funny. Funny as shit. That shit was funny as hell.
I had people hitting me up saying, "Yo, you was fucking that popcorn up."
You need a popcorn endorsement deal with that shit.
Well, the thing for everybody out there that's listening now, we really encourage you to go to Unplugged Free Your Mind on YouTube and watch last night's episode because the doctor broke everything down. Like he broke everything down from a scientific level to the point where you can't dispute it. You can sit here and say there's going to be doctors that's going to be on the other side. We get that. We totally get that. But the way the information was presented, and for somebody to be so open to say, "I'm willing to talk to you about it," yo, that's the move. And the man is saving lives, yo. Period.
Yeah. And he gave out his number. He said, call him. Just don't call him with no bullshit. So, man, where can you get that at?
Yo, I'm in, and I actually talked to him today because he's definitely going to be here next week. I'm going to find a location so people can come get these blood tests and can also get the eye test. I plan on doing the eye test without question. Um, and also, and I hope you're listening, Alan Bearden, since you live in the area, feel free to come out, get the blood test done. Since I'm so wrong about all the information that I put out, get the blood test done. And how about we compare my blood to your blood, see what's going on? Being that, that's just up to you. Totally up to you. But if anybody, and I would encourage anybody who actually did get the shot and you thinking about certain things, you may want to come to get your blood tested. Seriously.
Yeah. Hey, look, I'm gonna try make it my best. If I get some note, give me some notice and let me know what's happening, then I'm gonna make it my business to be down there.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
do you have anything scheduled for the weekend?
I don't know. It just depends on I'm in the working field now, so my weekends ain't as free as they used to be. I'm only free on Sunday. That's my only day I know for sure that I'm off. Ain't no work being done on Sunday.
Well, the crazy thing about that is once I find out when he's going to be here, hopefully it will be on a Sunday because a Sunday will be the perfect day. Even though people want to talk about football, but I can paint that a little different, reaching out to people, and it is what it is. But like, oh man, like I
Fuck,
said,
fuck
I'm still
football.
in amazement. Oh, and mind you, for everybody out there, if you are a supporter of the show, we want to humbly thank you for helping us reach 500 subscribers on YouTube. We can't thank you enough. We wish we could do it individually, but we don't have that option to see everybody who subscribes. We don't,
Right.
they don't give us that option. We wish they did. But if you have a YouTube channel or a page, we can see when you subscribe. We can see that. But if you just do it randomly, we don't know. But we want to thank all of y'all. And if you haven't already, go to Unplug Free Your Mind on YouTube, hit subscribe, make sure you watch last night. I mean, we want you to watch all the episodes, but you gotta watch last night. You have to watch last night.
Yeah. Jay said she was gonna watch. She's traveling tomorrow, so She said she's gonna watch it on her flight tomorrow. So
Traveling to where?
she's going. She's coming to Jacksonville.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know if that. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. I don't know if everybody's supposed to know that, but I'll just say well, shit, I didn't said it already. So.
It don't matter. Jay,
So,
we apologize for putting your business out on the
I'm
street.
sorry. I apologize.
Yeah.
I apologize. I feel like I'm just talking to you like we on the damn phone like we do every damn day. Yo, but it's some things that we didn't get to, I wanted to touch on last night, but I just wanted to let the doc rock. I just wanted to let him go, get the information out there. So we didn't really get to touch on a whole lot of current events. But I read the CEO of Pfizer is saying that the critics of the jab are criminals. He actually said they criminals.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
They're criminals, but he has criminal cases against his company.
yeah.
And I don't know how true it is. Allegedly, his wife died from the shot.
Oh, for real?
I don't know. I thought I tagged you on it. Allegedly, I'm not. We know we can't. We're not going to confirm or deny. But allegedly, his wife died from it. I gotta find. I forgot who posted it. But I mean, we gotta see how true it is.
Damn.
And
He's still out here pushing it, peddling it. Damn.
well, lizard neck doing his thing. He gonna go ahead and he got to. He ain't no other choice. And
Yo.
for everybody out there, I actually sent it. I sent it to wifey. I sent it to my girl Danny. Allegedly, not gonna say allegedly, but let's just say it's been confirmed that a job cannot mandate you to get the shot. That has been halted through the U.S. Appeals Court. That's a
Yep.
fact. Like you can go look it up yourself. So they might say they don't know, but if you show that proof, it's nothing they can do. So you need to go to human resources and let them know. Wait a minute now, you can't do that because they're saying pretty much it's discriminatory. You cannot do it, and it's backed by OSHA. So that's huge.
I'm glad you said that because of course I read another article and it's a 490 page regulation that covers American businesses with at least 100 workers, and it says so the government is going to rely upon corporations of informers to identify violations of the order. So they're already under the assumption like, oh, this shit we gonna get the mandate pushed through, even though that shit halted right now. They already thinking that that shit going pass through. So they're going to incentivize employees to say, hey, yo, such and such is ain't vaccinated and drop the dime on the employer. You know what I'm saying? They not pushing the mandate. So that's what they doing now. And this was in a 490 page regulation document from OSHA.
This to me, this just shows that their their wall is crumbling down in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
Because what we want all of y'all to understand is this: anytime you build anything, the foundation the foundation has to be strong. It has to be strong. If you expect it to have any type of longevity, the foundation has to be strong. Their foundation has been built upon Q-tips. Like and they put all that shit on them Q-tips, expecting it to last, and it's not, because piece by piece, certain things are just happening, and it's like, mind you, for everybody out there, I want y'all to just pay attention to something. The agenda that they're pushing falling apart. Their approval ratings in the dumpsters. Inflation high. Like, and if I'm not mistaken, it said inflation is at a 30%, excuse me, a 30-year high, not 30%, a 30-year high. I don't know about y'all. Gas prices ain't been this high since Bush was in office. When Bush was in office, it was crazy because it was people in Chicago and New York and Cali spending $5 a gallon. That's exactly what's going on right now. Now, what I want y'all to understand is this: he ain't putting out mean tweets. He's not putting out mean tweets, but he's directly affecting your pocketbook. You got to understand that. They saying the price even of the Thanksgiving dinner is triple. If you're able to get a goddamn turkey, to be honest with you.
Shit. If that motherfucker real.
Bruh. It's sad. It's sad that we in this state, but what we want all of y'all to understand is, and we say this all the time, you are not alone. You are not alone. It's a lot of people out here that have the same mentality like you, but you have to understand you shouldn't be forced into anything. And I also saw, I don't know if you saw the story, I think 100 kids was given the wrong doses of the shot in Virginia. In Virginia.
Nah, I ain't see that.
Yes, sir. And it was actually on the news. It was on the news in Virginia.
I saw that shit that I think Imani posted this shit this morning with they had some kids getting the jab and they was like clapping and high fiving. The adults was like, it was crazy. Bro, it's the craziest thing. You have to go look at his post. It's the craziest thing I ever seen. It's like, why y'all putting this shit on? Why I got to be on video? Why I got to be such a show in the theatrics? You know what I'm saying?
Bruh, I just saw the comedian Gerald Kelly getting his. And I sent, now mind you, the thing with that is, Gerald Kelly from New York. So that means that he cool with Capone. And I sent Capone a message on IG saying to him, did you see that Gerald Kelly got that shot? You need to reach out to your boy. Straight up. And of course, I made sure that I sent him the video from last night's show because I can't push last night's show enough, yo. Like yesterday was the culmination of a lot of hard work between that and us getting these 500 subscribers. And I also want to send a special shout out to salute to you too, fam, to Laureen Flood, who is the aunt of Charlotte. She pushed hard to help us get to 500.
Yeah.
Like once she saw it, she was all over it.
Yeah. Yo, so you said something about the approval rate. Before I even touch on that, the misinformation, how they saying the quote unquote conspiracy theory, and that word is just so watered down and that term is being used like woke. It's like they turn these words and now they don't even mean anything. You know what I'm saying? Because they just throwing that shit around like people throw love around and all kind of damn shit. So the misinformation ain't coming from who they saying is coming from. It's coming from the establishment. But the average person can't see that shit. But this ain't the show, the Wednesday show. But of course, we got a video. And I just want to put it into perspective of the misinformation that we've been getting. So let me frame this. So Eric Clapton, I don't know if everybody know who Eric Clapton is. He's a musician or whatever. So he got the jab. He came out and said, "Hey, the jab, it messed me up, blah blah blah. I shouldn't have got it or whatever." They went hard in on him. You know what I'm saying? Joyanne Reed, she went hard in on him. He made a song talking about don't get the jab or some shit like that or whatever. So check this out.
Celebrities have the power to sway millions of people, which is why it's so alarming when particularly the ones with huge platforms publicly spread vaccine disinformation. Rock and roll icon Eric Clapton is the latest example, making news today for donating a van and £1,000 to British anti-vax group Jam for Freedom. As Rolling Stone reported today, that's just the tip of the iceberg for Clapton. He participated in one of singer Van Morrison's 4 anti-lockdown songs last year. And he's spoken out against the vaccine ever since he claimed he had adverse effects from it, blaming pro-vaccine propaganda. Clapton then released an anti-vax song called This Has Gotta Stop and went on a tour of Red America. where he took a picture with bounty hunter Texas Governor Greg Abbott, because of course he did. Now, what really stands out about white anti-vaxxers in particular is that they act like their freedom has been taken from them. And they have this weird habit of trying to do that by co-opting the history of actually oppressed people. Like former SNL comedian Jim Brewer, who blamed the cancellation of his shows on segregation of forcing people to show up with vaccines and declared that, quote, I'm not going to be enslaved to the system. Yeah, because getting a free vaccine is exactly like slavery and Jim Crow. Clapton is no different. He claimed that vaccine mandates are discrimination. The lyrics of his song with Van Morrison include, do you want to be a free man or do you want to be a slave? And as Rolling Stone points out, this isn't Clapton's first nasty brush with matters of race. He used a derogatory term to describe his friend Jimi Hendrix in 1968, though the magazine points out it was, quote, hipster slang at the time. And at a concert in 1976, he went on a racist rant that included him saying, stop Britain from becoming a black colony. Keep Britain white. It was particularly shocking at the time because Clapton's music was heavily influenced, one might say appropriated, from black musicians. One of his biggest hits was a cover of Bob Marley's I Shot the Sheriff. As musician Red Saunders wrote at the time, own up, half your music is black. You're a good musician, but where would you be without the blues and R&B? Clapton has apologized for his racist past, blaming it on his addictions to alcohol and drugs. But his behavior over the past year is also questionable. And as Rolling Stone put it, Clapton went from setting the standard for rock guitar to making full-tilt racist rants and becoming an outspoken vaccine skeptic. Did he change or was he always like this? I mean, maybe he's just a jerk. So Eric Clapton, for your dangerous rhetoric on COVID precautions and vaccinations, you are tonight's absolute worst.
But wait.
Because history actually holds a lot of different lessons for us about politicians rushing to science when it comes to vaccines. In early 1976, a strain of swine flu was discovered in the United States, which sparked fears of a wider outbreak. In an attempt to avert a full-blown pandemic during an election year, no less, President Gerald Ford announced his intent to vaccinate the entire United States population.
Inoculations are to be available at schools, hospitals, physicians' offices, and public health facilities. The reaction to the shot, I am told, may mean a few sore arms for a day or two, a very small price to pay for this vital protection.
That vaccine was indeed produced at warp speed and was delivered to the public in less than 6 months. In fact, in a widely publicized event that October, President Ford himself received the vaccine before the TV cameras, all part of a PR campaign to encourage mass inoculation. However, the ambitious program was abruptly suspended when the vaccine was linked to a rare neurological disorder in some patients. And thankfully, that epidemic never materialized, but it is a reminder that political expediency should not drive scientific decision-making. Now, fast forward to today. And we can all see that the 45th president is emphasizing the speed of a vaccine more than the science.
My administration cut through every piece of red tape to achieve the fastest ever by far launch of a vaccine trial for this new virus. It's called Operation Warp Speed. That means big and it means fast. Moving on at record speed. Better come up with a good vaccine because we're ready to deliver it.
I want to bring in Dr. Patrice Harris, president of the American Medical Association, as well as Peter Baker, chief White House correspondent for the New York Times. And I believe Steve is still with us as well. And, you know, Dr. Baker, Dr. Harris, let me start with you first. This was the testimony yesterday about the time frame for bringing a vaccine to market or for people, for it to be usable for people, from Dr. Bright, who was dismissed from.
Funny how things change, right? How you assume change when the regime change. So the Democrats get in is, oh yeah, we need the vaccine. When 45's in is, oh well, it's going too fast. It's not safe.
Please send me that video.
Of course.
I'm begging you. Matter of fact, fam, and I mean this, and I hope somebody sees this that has contact with her. You need to put that video on her Twitter page. No joke. You need to send that video to you need to tag MSNBC and Joy Reid and clearly say, so which one is it? You bashing Eric Clapton, but you just said this about something ain't right there.
Right.
Something ain't right there.
Hold on. We got MSNBC. Let's go ahead and tackle the View, because I love them. I love banging on them.
To get the vaccines and really protect themselves, because this is no joke.
So will these scare tactics work on people to get the shot, or you think their minds are already made up not to get?
I think it absolutely will help. Polling from Kaiser found that knowing someone who became seriously ill from COVID or died from the virus are among the most powerful factors motivating vaccine hesitant people. And it reminds me of the days when you learned how to drive with the drunk driving, when they leave an accident out, or they show you those videos of texting when you're driving, also smoking commercials, the PSAs. And you can't unsee those, and they grip you from the inside. I think this will absolutely help.
Well, two things. One, they should show it on Fox News, Target advertising. Show it on Hannity's Show and Checkers, and let those people who are trying to own the libs see what will happen if they don't get it. But there's something interesting that's going on. I was reading that a lot of people, they don't take the vaccine because they're afraid of the vaccine. Yeah. Now they're going to be afraid of not taking the vaccine. The question is, which fear will win?
I agree. I think the fear factor always works, right? Like scared straight. I remember growing up. Remember the woman Terry who had the voice, her larynx removed?
Yeah.
And she would speak through the voice box.
Yeah.
I'll just never forget that. I also remember the ad campaign. This is your brain.
On
this
drugs,
is your brain
the
on
egg.
drugs with the egg on the street frying.
Yeah.
That works. Fear works, unfortunately. And I was shocked to learn that 44% of Americans haven't taken the vaccine. That's almost half of the country.
It's more than half, motherfucker.
America is plain and simple. It got politicized. COVID, wearing masks, the vaccine got politicized early,
By
and
who?
it has completely tainted the debate. But how do they get through to people who are like the Black audience, for instance, the African American community, who has been burnt in the past by the Tuskegee experiment and by things coming out that have harmed them? I don't blame that community for being skittish about it, but I say that so many white people have gotten it now.
So,
the experiment
fuck it.
has been done on white people now.
Although the Black community, I have read, the vaccine hesitancy is lower, and the Black community is now being vaccinated at a higher rate than any other community in the country.
Well, there's progress. Look, I think they should highlight the Black scientists that have worked on this vaccine.
Yes, the woman who created it.
And I think you're right.
She didn't
Who
create
were the
it.
first people jumping the line, flying all over the country to get the vaccine? Rich, white people of privilege. That's right. And Republican.
Well,
In a rally in North Carolina last
this
night,
last
who
year.
still says it's just around the corner. Take a look.
Under Operation Warp Speed, we're producing a vaccine in record time. This is a vaccine that we're going to have very soon, very, very soon, by the end of the year, but much sooner than that, perhaps. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, rated the most liberal, are undermining science and risking countless lives with their reckless anti-vaccine rhetoric. That's what they're talking about.
Well, I can just laugh when I hear him talk. A joint statement from 9 pharmaceutical company CEOs said they will not seek approval until advanced clinical trials prove a vaccine is safe and effective. So, what is your take on all of this, Joy?
Okay, as far as the vaccine is concerned, I'd like to inform America, in case we don't know this, because I looked all this up for you. The mumps vaccine took 4 years. The polio vaccine took 20 years. And the smallpox vaccine took a few centuries. It was developed initially in 1796, so they started to think about it. And it became useful in the 1950s. Okay? It is not a simple thing to do. He will push anything to get reelected. Don't fall for it. And by the way, I will take the vaccine after Ivanka takes it.
Okay. Well, what about you, Sonny?
My concern, Whoopi, is with the FDA approval, because we know that the FDA is not an independent group. It's actually part of Health and Human Services, and that is part of the executive branch. And so there's evidence that, the FDA has been politicized.
Now, when it comes around, Sarah, are you one who feels that, when they've made it safe and available, you might try it?
Yeah, when it's properly vetted and tested and it gets to breathe a minute, again, after the election, the earliest I think I would look at something like this is 2021. But I think it's an important distinction to make between anti-vaxxers and people who won't take the vaccine yet. Because I think I don't even get new technology because I'm worried about the first round of glitches. So I think you allow it to kind of run its course, be tested properly and in a timely manner, and then you allow the most vulnerable among us to take it first. But when that is all done, I will absolutely take a vaccine.
Oh, really?
I think you're right. I think once they've tested it out, and certainly after he's given it to his family.
Oh, really? Wow. Huh.
Bruh, I'm dead serious.
Bro.
Put that shit on Twitter and you tag Joy Reid and The View and all their names and say, y'all sure do switch up quickly.
Bro, I mean, these people act like, they act like there is no video evidence of them saying the contradicting shit the year before. Either they act like it don't exist, or they like, oh, these dumb motherfuckers ain't gonna catch that shit.
Nah, I honestly, it's one of those situations where the higher ups are pretty much saying to them, don't worry about it. And to be honest with you, I don't even think they remember that they said that shit. I'm dead serious, yo. They don't remember that.
They that brainwashed.
Yes. I can honestly say I don't believe that they remember that they said that. And if that gets posted and we put it out there like that, they're gonna be like, oh shit. Joy Reid gonna be fucked up.
Bruh. I mean, you can't make this shit up. That shit funny as hell to me, because to see how they flip-flop on that shit, it's like, Howard Stern says we're idiots. He called Aaron Rodgers an idiot. Howard Stern, now he used to be like, I don't know, he's a shock jock, so I guess he was, against the establishment, but now I guess he know what side of bread is buttered. I don't know. These, bro.
I think he got cancer, and since he had cancer, he's not wilding out as much as he used to. But like you said, for all the viewers out there,
boy, you fucking them pineapples up.
It's 9:30. I don't want to eat no chips. Can't help it. We just showing y'all we not talking out the side of our necks.
No, they are.
The various shots that people are getting now cover that. You're okay. You're not gonna get COVID if you have these vaccinations.
Yeah.
Our data from the CDC today suggests, that vaccinated people do not carry the virus, don't get sick, and that it's not just in the clinical trials, but it's also in real world data.
So here's, I think, the most important thing with the data. If you are vaccinated, fully vaccinated, the chance of you getting seriously ill or dying from COVID is effectively zero.
So now we have two vaccines that are really quite effective. The mRNA vaccine, highly effective, extraordinarily efficacious, 94 to 95% for mild to moderate disease, and virtually 100% efficacious, because the real world effectiveness is even more impressive than the results of the clinical trial.
I just had to play that again. I find it hilarious. Guys, we didn't come in here to stay all night. We just wanted to kind of recap last night's amazing show. We want to show y'all some appreciation for, tuning in every Wednesday, plugging in with us, sharing some of y'all sharing y'all perspectives on what's going on, and we just appreciate you guys, man. Y'all, without us without y'all is no us. We do it for y'all. We do it not to get pats on the back. We do it because we know the information that they're putting out is not truthful, and what we're putting out is truthful. And I'll land on this one, and then I'll let Food cap us off, and we'll get out of y'all hair. It's just I was gonna post this earlier today, but I said, well, I just save it for our live. And it's just illogical and corrupt for governments, media, and stakeholders in fear to push a narrative that the vaccinated are protected from COVID. So the vaccinated are protected from COVID, but not protected from the unvaccinated. Make it make sense to me. So you vaccinate, you protected from COVID, but you not protected against the unvaccinated. I'm done. Make it make sense.
Based on what you just said, let me give y'all a little story of what happened to me earlier to play off exactly what he just said. I'm parked in front of a school earlier when I dropped off my mother because her leg hurts. I moved the cone so I could park right next to the door. The person taking out the garbage comes over to the car. Older guy, mask on his face, whatever. You can't park there, this, that, whatever, blah, blah. I said, yeah, I understand that, but I dropped off somebody and I'm waiting right here. Well, who did you drop off? I wanted to say, bro, you the janitor. Go dump that garbage and mind your business. But I didn't do that. I stayed kind of respectful.
All right.
So I said, I'm not going to move or whatever, and it's all good. So he says to me, well, we in here teaching y'all children, and the adults can't follow the rules. I said, are there any kids out here right now seeing me break the rules? If there aren't, why are you saying all of this? And what difference do it make? I'm not blocking anybody. There's nobody here. Ain't no buses coming. These are his exact words. And I said that story to touch on this based on what Jermaine said. His exact words to me was, I see your logic, but that's not logical. I was like, what? Did you? Okay. All right. So it shows you what we're dealing with. That right there shows you exactly what we're dealing with everything that's going on. So it's a matter of you have to accept the truth. In any type of war, you're going to have casualties. And unfortunately, we're about to have a whole lot of casualties based on what's going on. And everybody, it's going to get worse. So you got to keep your frequency as high as possible, because theirs are going to be low as shit. That shit going to be in the dumps, yo. And we want to let y'all know this is only the beginning. We starting off with a bang. It's only going to get better. We're going to keep giving y'all the information that you need. And what we want y'all to understand is this: the mainstream media is going to give you a piece. They're going to give you a piece of something. We're going to give you a piece of something. It's up to you to discern which one is the truth. That's all. We're not going to sit here and say, you need to do this, you need to do that. The only thing I'm stressing, don't let your kids get that shit. And I'm saying that. Fuck that. I'm not going to swear. You an adult, you do whatever the fuck you want. And I understand you might say, well, these are my kids. I can do what I want with them. How are you going to feel, God forbid, you allow your child to get it and your child is permanently injured because you made that decision? You're going to feel like shit. So you need to be mindful of that. You want to do it for yourself? Whatever. But I want to stress the fact that when we grew up, it was you got this side of the story, that side of the story, and somewhere in there is the truth. You have to find the truth, not your truth. You have to find the truth. And when you find the truth, that shit will totally set your ass free. Seriously. And that's where we're headed with this. So just keep that in mind. Go ahead, fam.
Yo, before you end it, something just popped in my head when you were saying that. If y'all were paying attention to the View clip, did y'all hear what Joy Reid said? Because this is what we hear when we talk about this stuff. They always bring up smallpox and the polio. Did y'all hear what she said? Did she say it took 20 years for the smallpox shit, and like 10, however many years for? Basically, what they're saying, it wasn't rushed. Look how the tables have turned on this shit. That when this, what is it, like a year that they came up with it?
It might be.
It might be a year.
It might be a year.
So look how the tables have turned, and their approved message have changed. So it is what it is.
We can't make this stuff up, and I need y'all to really watch that video. Like, mind you, as soon as he sends me that video, I'm posting that shit, and I'm officially on troll duty. So Joy Reid, I'm coming for you. The ladies from The View, I'm coming for you, because we want explanation the same way Sean King flip-flop on Kamala Harris. The year before or the 2 years before, he banging on her. Then when he find out she gonna be VP, now she the best thing smoking. No, stop it, yo. Nah, I don't want to hear no, I've evolved and all that. Fuck all of that. Stick to your guns. If you notice, we've stuck to our guns. We haven't swayed, and we not gonna sway. So all of y'all, y'all enjoy y'all night. We appreciate y'all jumping on to check us out with kind of the recap for last night. And yo, share this particular video about 35 minutes or whatever. But the video that he posted, we definitely gonna put that out there, because we got to make sure that we troll them the same way they troll us, because we so anti whatever. When homegirl said it best, why do you have to be anti anything if you just want to wait to see what's gonna happen? So you went from waiting to see what's gonna happen to you just gonna do it. Okay, all right, no problem.
I'm anti not stupid.
I'm pro bullshit detector myself. I'm not anti anything. I can see through the bullshit, because they put it out there, and they make the shit obvious. So y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. We appreciate y'all jumping on. And next Wednesday, we're gonna do whatever we can to bring even more. We want to bring that lava to y'all motherfuckers, so that we can keep this going. And do not forget, if you want to come on and speak your piece, no matter where you stand, you have an open forum to do that. And lastly, we are officially over 500 subscribers. If you have subscribed, help us get to 1,000, because now everybody got to do is get one. That's how we gonna do this. So we love and appreciate all of y'all, and we'll see y'all Wednesday.
Peace.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you.